Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 8, Episode 17, the Part 1 of the reunion. And it was interesting because it's funny how Remy and Pap just came dressed regular, Juju dressed regular, and the people who dressed regular looked the best. That's the interesting part. The people who just dressed regular looked the best. Anais always has a couple of things going on. Navarro, had like a chameleon there, jacket on, suit. Of course, Ashley, I believe she's still pregnant, so shout out to Ashley. As in, I don't think she gave birth yet. Yandy was there. That wasn't for Yandy. It was for Bree. I said Bree. Bree was really trying to do some Missy Elliott, inspired by Missy Elliott, and it didn't work out. Bianca, she gave me New York Powerpuff Girl. Yeah, the Pink Ranger. New York Powerpuff Girl, the Pink Ranger. But that's the thing, because Bianca's really cute, so she's the type where she doesn't have to do much. She didn't look bad, it was just a lot. Which I guess in the day today's a lot's better than a little. Now, they started off with Jonathan and Anais. And how Anais put it out there that Jonathan was into some... he did a... It wasn't a threesome. Now that we're hearing it, it sounded like some group sex stuff. I think that's what it was. And people, it apparently happened in the shower. People were going... people were coming in and out of the shower. And so Anais was like, oh, what's going on there? Apparently it's for his birthday. Had a nice time. So they jumped from that to Rich and the relationship. And Rich the entire time was on offense. I can't even say defense. He was on offense because Rich was trying to make it seem like, oh, Anais, she came to... Sidebar, the security that was on stage the entire time. It made sense because if Remy is going through in vitro, Ashley is pregnant, all the stuff, you can't, though, that's major liabilities. And Remy also is on parole, so that's just a lot. Once I really thought about it, I said, okay, that was a smart thing, because people do act differently when security is around. Some people become the turnip kings and queens, and other people calm down. Now, again, Rich, he was deflecting. He was saying that, oh, so she's coming to me, and I did ask her. I asked her multiple times, hey, are you, first, you made it seem like you and your dude, you two were over. There was nothing else to say. There's nothing else to do. Next thing I know, now everyone's looking at me like I'm the creep because you lied to me. And I'm thinking, wait. Jonathan wasn't here for it. Jonathan was like, Rich, stop playing the fool. I saw text messages. You knew about this. You knew that she was still in the relationship. And the thing is, Anais, she acknowledged, obviously, it was both our faults. It was my fault for entertaining it to begin with. But Rich, let's not act like you just had your act right. I mean, you're the king creep for a reason. And that's the truth. That's definitely the truth. And Rich saying that, oh, it wasn't petty. He wasn't trying to be petty when he brought the fact that Anais showed herself to another man or to like a room full of people and exposed herself. I'm thinking, Rich, are we really doing this? See, I had to do all that sassy head movement that I hate doing. Just to prove a point. You know how stupid that looked just now? That's how stupid the words came. I felt when the words came out of your mouth. I'm looking at this whole situation like, Rich, we would actually respect it more if you're like, yeah, honestly, I wasn't trying to be petty, but it definitely sounded like it was I was riding the petty train. People respect that more than just acting like, no, there's no way. I can't see. What? Then Anais saying, I'm an artist. Artists, we expose ourselves. We show the goods. I said, she's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong. But usually it's in a money-making setting. It's not just because, oh, I want to put myself out there. So now it's Young B and Brie. I mean, now it's Brie and Bianca. Bianca, it's this weird thing that Bianca and Brie, they just started arguing quickly. And even though Bianca sometimes was just like, I was definitely with her on this, because Bianca essentially said, because Brie was acting like, oh, because I put this stuff on social media and then you want to go and pop off. And everyone's trying to tell her, hello, you guys live in New York, and you don't live in the artsy-fartsy, like, higher income areas. You live in some somewhat rough, questionable places. Maybe not so much now, but definitely before. So, anyone from a rougher background or upbringing knows that you don't go and put out threats. You don't go and put out threats to people anywhere and then expect nothing to happen to you. That's why I say nothing. Because I know there's a bunch of people that are just ready. They don't care who it is. They don't care what the reason is. If it's a really valid one or not, it's valid to them because where you come from is, oh, so you had a threat? Okay, so you're going to deliver. You're going to deliver on that. And that's what... And even though Yandy was trying to talk to Bianca and just say, this is the thing. All this stuff messing up your business, it makes no sense. Brie saying, oh, yeah, I said I was going to drag her because, yes, I was going to drag her. And then Brie getting upset because, like, when you went and threw something at me, I'm saying, because you said you were going to drag her. People don't just say that. Sidebar, was it just me or did Everything Nice Dream Doll look like, she kind of looked like Masika's sister. Maybe not last season, but like 2 seasons ago. She looked, because I said, wait, is Masika on here? It's like, no. That's how much it was. And I'm so glad that Remy jumped in. Well, let me not say that. Pearl's looking. Let me just say, I'm glad that Remy talked to Brie and let Brie know, here's how the real world works. And Brie was saying, oh, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to argue with you, you the queen. And Remy was like, no, it's not about that. I said, oh, so now it's not about that? It's always about that. No, that's a dumb industry thing to get the ladies to fight each other. Yeah. Anyway, Remy said, I went to jail and I did not think about people I wanted to fight, people I wanted to argue with. I thought about her son, she thought about her husband, she thought about her family, and she thought about just making it through so she can be back with all of them. And you're here going and putting stuff out there that's causing problems, and you don't want to own up to the fact that in the real world, this is what happens. You go and talk that mess, someone can back it up, whether it's you or someone else. And I'm glad that it was cute that Mariahlynn was just like, look, I'm not getting into any fights this time around. I'm just going to sit here, let everyone go and have their little squabbles. And I'm just getting to the money, sitting pretty. I said, okay, Mariah, well, what are you wearing? But okay, Mariah. It definitely felt like 2012, 13 Lady Gaga, but on a budget. So it's funny because I kind of liked it for her. I really did. And Dream had a mature look, because I was like, Dream looked like someone's aunt that was coming to pick her up. Like, you know, not old, because I'm an uncle. So, just letting you know, obviously not old, but a more mature look, because she said that she's definitely trying to change. But I thought it was interesting when Mariahlynn said that, I'm not doing anything that's going to get me in trouble, because I had a very big TV and like promotional deal on the table. They were ready to sign. They saw the episode where where Dream Doll and myself got into the argument, and that argument wasn't even based on us. It was based on our friends. So they saw us do that, and that deal was gone. That deal was gone. That was it. It was over. And so when I tell, Dream Doll was like, yeah, I had a deal too. And Bianca's like, yeah, Dream had a deal too. And Dream's like, yeah, I'm really trying to grow and change. I also had an offer, and they saw how I acted. And I'm saying, oh, so they didn't see Bad Girls Club? No, but, you know, people change. People change. And so that's why I was trying to tell her earlier on. It was like, you can't come on here acting like how you acted before, because now you're starting to make industry money. All of these people on the stage, not all of them, but some of them are real liabilities, because you can't trust if they're going to get themselves into a fight, or if the argument's going to land into something physical. You do that with the wrong person, the wrong celebrity, the wrong pseudo-celebrity, they're going to sue. They're going to sue the production company. They're going to pursue the distribution company. They're going to sue security. They're going to sue you. So that's why I'm glad these two ladies realize, look, do not worry about the money, worry about the bag, worry about your families, worry about the opportunity, and keep it moving. Interesting how Juju really stepped up this episode, just verbalizing stuff. Like, I think it first started when she was talking to Brie. It was like, you can't go and say stuff and expect people not to do anything. Sidebar, Miss Judy, because now we're on to Yandy and Miss Judy. Miss Judy was ready. Miss Judy said she knew her dude was with someone else. She heard the rumors that he was a scammer. She wanted herself a little young tenderoni. And so she was like, look at all this. So she got up because she was wearing a white dress with a slip. I said, Miss Judy, look at Miss Judy. Oh my God, someone get Miss Judy. Anyway, Yandy was just like, the dude was a creep. And again, like I said, Miss Judy said she knew. She didn't care. But she didn't like the fact that Yandy was getting too physical. She felt like Yandy was being inappropriate. Miss Judy was, if you didn't see the episode, you have to see her part, because she was hilarious. Because she was like, I have 8 grandchildren. I look this good. Don't worry about me. But they did have some words from Mendices from the jail. And jail? He's not in prison. But he said his mom, he's worried about his mom because he heard this dude's a scammer. We already covered that part where she doesn't care because she isn't, she's not married. So get that out of our heads. She doesn't care if her dude has another girl on the side. She's just having fun. Why does she have to say, on God, I do whatever the bleep? I said, no, I hate when people do that. I got the point, but I hate when people do that. Yandy looked shocked because Yandy looked a little surprised and hurt. As Mendices said, oh, I've known Yandy for 25 years and he wants the old girl back. I think what he's trying to say is he wants the Yandy from a couple, when the show first started versus the Yandy of today. Because there's obviously major differences. We know that. And, but the thing is, can't someone grow? Can't someone change? Hello? And I felt bad that clearly he probably wants a wife that is a little bit more reserved and possibly submissive. I don't know about that second part. Definitely that first part, which is clothing factor. And the thing is, there is supposed to be a compromise, but let's be very clear. Yandy is holding it down. We know we will have heard if she was possibly doing something with other people. She is not. She is not. She's taking care of her kids and, you know, trying to get the whole family together. So we're going to back off of her for that. Now we're going to move on to the whole confrontation with Bianca, and this is where even Pap says, look, there's people who want to work with you but can't because you're the ratchet girl that gets into fights. And Yandy's like, that's what I've been trying to say. I've been wanting you to win. And we know that Bianca's problem because Mo even stepped in and said, huh, don't look at me like that, Bianca. I know I was the turnip queen. So don't look at me like that. But I can tell you there's a lot of women in the industry. A lot of people in the industry I don't like. And I've had to calm down because I want to work in this industry. That's how it is. I appreciate the fact that Jonathan apologized again. And it's like, look, that whole thing with, oh, I heard someone say that you said something negative about Yandy. You know, I completely understand why you were pissed and why you want to fight. Honestly, I would have wanted to fight me too if I were you. So, I get it. And I appreciate that. I really did. Next thing we know, now it's Jonathan's turn with his ex-boyfriend Trent. And so, it starts off with the petty because Jonathan is officially single. He felt a certain way about the relationship. We find out that Jonathan and Trent both deleted their dating apps, but the reality is, and Juju again came in and said, now wait a minute, you look like an opportunist, because Jonathan was already going to be on the show regardless. So you look like an opportunist on this show because Jonathan was saying how close you were, and now you're saying that you two were never that close, you two were never that discreet. Jonathan was trying to move forward with you, and that's why the olive branch of deleting your dating apps happened. Why is it that you went and signed right back in after downloaded it and signed right back in after you did that in front of Jonathan? That's why we're calling you an opportunist. That's why it's looking like a scamming moment, like you were doing it for a moment. Just be honest. We will respect you more if you just say, yeah, you saw an opportunity and you took it. Anyway, Trent, he wanted to talk about how, oh, that's speech impediment. And I said, all right, that's fair enough. And a lot of people have that. And, I don't know how you got it. So just in case if it's a really sad story, Jonathan apologizes and whatnot. So that whole thing is over. But then we get to the crux of the reason why Jonathan's really here. He talks about the fact that he, at age 10, his mother sent him to DR, the Dominican Republic, to get, to go through conversion therapy. And so Jonathan was, he briefly talked about how the medication that they gave him, and I guess some of the other boys, was really painful, and get the electric shock and all this stuff. And the reason why his mom did it again is because she was getting picked on, like heavily getting picked on, because he was feminine, or showed feminine tendencies at an early age. And so then he, so she was trying to help him, and he understood that, but it's just that whole process was horrible. And so Yandy didn't know. She didn't know until the show, because I feel like that's not something you just go and tell people about. So he said he's actually starting a foundation to help people who went through that. And I said, okay. So that's pretty much it for Jonathan. Sidebar, Remy and Pap, the IVF treatments are successful, so they're actually starting to plan a family soon. I'm thinking, wait a minute, but you just put out the rollout for Melanin Magic. Like, that's my whole thing. I'm like, what's really going on? I know it's a process and it takes time, so maybe next week or next month we'll find out that Remy's pregnant. I don't know how that all works, how Columbia feels, but whatever. They know what they're planning to do, so they're fine with it. But still, Mo lets the cat out of the bag. Like, I was looking at Mo, I was like, Mo, something's different. And yes, she's pregnant. Oh, Carl looked like, okay, and another one. And Carl tried to downplay the cheating or the his behavior in the past, and we all know that it's a mess and it's messed up. It's like, wait, oh, oh yeah, Ashley was there mainly just to talk about the whole Rich thing, Rich and Anais, and how she didn't approve. Sidebar, we're finally getting Bartier Cardi, the music video, coming out next week. But, ooh, I will be on vacation, so that review won't be up until possibly, like, that following Saturday. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that. I almost forgot about that. Taking a little trip. Gonna have a little bit of fun. James R is back. Sophia the Body, she didn't show up because she didn't want any heat. We already know that. Jacque was saying, look, I don't have a problem with James R because he took the luggage off my hands. I said, okay, nah, we got it. Cool. But James' main issue was actually with Snoop. Or, no, because James, he was trying to downplay his relationship, I guess Mariahlynn, and Snoop didn't like that. So then Snoop, that was the only thing. I felt like Snoop was putting 20 on 10 when it wasn't needed. That's why I was looking at her like, Snoop? Okay, Snoop, we understand, but calm down a little bit. Snoop! Because Snoop, she got up, and James was like, wait a minute, so do you want to be a man? Do you want to be a woman? Like, and she was like, wait a minute, I get more box than, you, I do this, I do that, and I'm thinking, and then she got up, and he was like, whoa. I really think he just meant that, do you want to fight like one of the guys, or do you want to be respected as a woman and not purposely put yourself to that physical state when no one's trying to jump on you? I really think that's what he meant, but we'll know by next week. Please like, comment, subscribe.